Do you realize how close you are to achieving your dream life? Most people are only 3 to 12 habits away from making their dreams come true. We've covered this before, but I really want you to consider how powerful a habit is. The cumulative effect of habits is where their power lies, and the fact that they're so easy and effortless to do. Sure, it's virtually impossible for you to go and run for 100 miles, but that's done effortlessly by each and every one of us every year, simply just walking around the house. When a habit is constructed correctly and aimed towards the outcome you want in your life, you can begin to make a checklist that is just an exact instruction manual that you can follow every day. And on that very simple checklist is everything that you need to do to take one step forward towards success. And each and every item on that list is something that's easy for you to do and almost effortless. And this is why it's really important to take time to do a habit audit in your life. Spend some time and start recording. What do you do with your day-to-day life? Because as you begin to map out your habits, what you're going to discover is that with a list of your habits, you will have unveiled your destiny. Look at those habits and ask yourself, if I keep doing those 5, 10, 20 years into the future, what must they guarantee for my life? That's your future right there. But because you've brought it into conscious awareness, you can begin to change your future as well. And that's why massive success is so close, just a few key habits away. But to understand why that is, you need to understand habit stacking as well. You see, having just one habit is a very powerful asset because of the compound interest of a habit. But what's even more profound is that as you stack habits on top of each other, it's not additive. When you choose the right compatible habits, the results are exponential. What this means is that when you're doing your first habit and then add your second habit, when they have complementary values, they both become stronger over time. And because they're habits, the first one you're doing effortlessly. So when you add your second habit, you're just focusing on that second habit with no additional resources wasted on the first habit because it's a habit. And it gets better. You can accelerate the process of habit formation so that you can learn habits much faster than normal. While the average time taken to form a new habit is anywhere from 30 to 90 days, in many cases, this can be reduced down to just a few weeks. Some techniques that you can use is by adding stakes to the habit. By adding investment and stakes into the habit, you can focus the conscious mind and make it much faster for the development of the habit. For example, you might buy a new diet book, a scale, and more to invest your attention into the habit that you're forming along diet. And the second technique you can add is making it fun. By making the habit easy, effortless, and fun, you're going to be getting a dopamine hit every day while you develop your habit. This will literally start to develop an addiction to success. And by making it a daily habit, you're getting experience and growth every single day as you grow in this habit until it eventually becomes just an automatic part of who you are. Which ties directly into the third way you can accelerate habit development. You see, by tapping into the unconscious mind, while your conscious mind focuses in on the direct habit, you can shift your attention to the unconscious mind using the power of hypnosis, which is the habit-forming part of your mind, to tie the habit in to grander, deeper parts of yourself, accelerating the habit formation process. But beyond and above that, addressing the mindset, the limiting beliefs, and roadblocks along the way that would hold someone else back can instead be swept away using the power of your unconscious mind. And then you can tie the habit to powerful sources of positive energy, so that by raising your self-esteem and confidence and happiness, you actually get more successful using hypnosis, gaining and growing in personal growth, will actually make you feel happier, more energized as you achieve success. So just take a moment to bring your attention to any when but now and into the future for just a moment as you expand your horizon and imagine what you will look like with just 3 habits, 9 habits, 12 habits stacked on top of each other, working together towards your success. And if you effortlessly were following them, feeling good from doing them, getting energized by those habits, what would your life inevitably begin to look like in 3 months, a year, and even beyond that? How much success could you begin to imagine for yourself as every single day increases your self-esteem, increases your confidence, and increases your happiness as you approach your personal growth in this stress-free, long-lasting way? And that's what tapping into the unconscious mind can really do for you as you start to combine these principles together with the habit stack. I'm sure you can imagine just a few habits that come to mind that your life would completely change. Now, you might be wondering, how do you start to formulate what kind of habits will bring this kind of lasting change? It's pretty simple. You just want to go ahead and come up with around 3 habits for the 4 major categories that lead to happiness, which you can learn more about in my happiness course. But in a nutshell, there is your health, your wealth, your relationships, and spirituality. So you can go and simply formulate 3 habits for each category, and you don't have to limit yourself to 3, but 3 is a great place to start, and then simply start knocking those habits out. In fact, you can give yourself a head start because there's probably habits you already do in your life that are successful. So you can just start there and add just 2 complementary habits to that and watch your results explode. For example, maybe you're in the habit of walking an hour every day already. Well, what if you just added in the habit of eating foods that made you feel more full and had less calories? That would be one thing towards weight loss. And what if you added in on top of that, tracking which foods gave you energy and made you feel good now and in the future, and which ones made you feel like crap? You can see how these 3 habits come together to make something totally transformational for your health in just a few short weeks. And what's better is because it's so effortless, you'll be able to stick to it for the rest of your life, getting compound results again and again, year after year. And that's it. That is how close your dream life is. Just a few habits away from making your dreams into a reality. By tapping into the power of habits in your unconscious mind, you are able to start making your dream life come true.